The song says, "Love will keep us together." And that's exactly what our next guest is showing in her newest novel, a story about the power of connection and its ability to really transcend time.
Yeah, so joining us now to explain more is the author of The Love Proof, Madeleine Henry, a perfect read before Valentine's Day. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. The mac and cheese looked amazing, by the way.
Oh, you better
It wasn't
stop.
amazing, just so you
We'll
know.
send
It
you
wasn't.
some. Yeah, she's drunk on love, clearly, because this was not good. But the book is. So talk to us about the main character.
Thank you so much. So The Love Proof is about a woman named Sophie Jones who tries to prove that the ones we love are always connected to us. And Sophie is a brilliant physicist, and she tries to use science to prove that even when we're apart from our people, true love connects us across space and time.
Oh, so the nature of time, what does that mean?
Exactly. So this book goes into depth. You can learn a lot about theories of space and time, which is very timely for the pandemic when we may have experienced time pass differently. You may have noticed it was harder to differentiate between the days. Maybe
Oh, gosh,
people
yes.
felt stuck. Yeah, exactly. Monday versus Saturday was basically the same day.
Right.
And so I became fascinated by that idea. And what if time doesn't always pass at the same rate? And what if when we feel stuck, there's something to that? And I became fascinated by those ideas. And Sophie Jones follows those questions through to the end in this story, which mixes love and time.
Is there really something scientific about it? Because, people say, sometimes distance makes your love go stronger, right? And you're talking about time and all of that. Is there a connection there?
Absolutely. So what Sophie feels is she feels extremely connected to a man who leaves her life. And she tries to figure out, why do I feel this sense of permanent connection? Why do I know that we still love each other? And she tries to get to the bottom of that using science. So it's a very emotional love story, but you also learn a lot about the universe, space, time, astronomy through her research question.
So so a little bit about your backstory. You left a job in finance, became an author and a yoga artist, looking into some of life's deeper questions. First off, what's one of the deep questions you were looking into?
Well, the first question was, how do I get out of this finance job? Because that's not a way to go. So I have always wanted to be an author ever since I was in college, and I just wrote early in the morning before work every day, got up, crazy hours, 4 a.m. just to get in the time I could before the very demanding finance job.
Are these you doing these
I
poses?
mean, you are limber.
That's me. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty bendy. Yeah, I get weird.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it actually, interesting thing about flexibility is that it's like muscular strength, in that if you train it, it increases. So a lot of people think, oh, I'm inflexible, or oh, this is as flexible as I'll get. But just like lifting weights, if you stretch every day, you will get more flexible. And I started from zero, and now I'm known for it.
So maybe by this time next year we could do the splits, Dan and I.
Exactly. Yeah. From every side. Okay. See you next year.
Okay. So, but you say it's important to follow our hearts rather than our heads, but typically when we hear that, it's flipped. It's the opposite. You need to follow your head before your heart.
Yeah, well, that's what's so fascinating about this book, which is Sophie is a brilliant physicist, and she has so much pressure to use her intellect to its full ability and not listen to her heart. And so when she falls in love her freshman year of college, at the very start of this book, it's very disorienting for her. And she's suddenly taking her emotions much more seriously. And I love that idea. I think it's so beautiful when you start to follow your heart instead of your head, which is exactly what Sophie begins to do in this book. Easier
said than done sometimes in reality, right?
So true, but she's a genius, and so she gets it done.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing a little bit about your book and love and how time and distance and all of that connection is a very real scientific thing. We appreciate your time, and best of luck to you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Do you teach those stretches?
I don't. I just love to practice solo, but you can follow me on Instagram.
Solo. That was her key. That was the hint. I'd like to do this solo.
Solo, Dan. Solo.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Thank you.
Point taken.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Of course.